Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a really quick and easy gnocchi dish. I've got a few things prepared here already. I've got some cherry tomatoes halved, some diced onion, bit of chopped garlic and a handful of parmesan, along with some pancetta and some shot bought gnocchi. First we're just going to pop a splash of oil in the pan, throw the pancetta in while it's cold. This will just let the fat render down a bit while the pan heats up. So my pancetta's sizzling away really nicely now. I'm just going to keep moving it and start to get it crisped up slightly. And once those golden patches start to appear, I'm going to throw my onions in and start softening them off. So my pancetta's just starting to crisp up now. Starting to get little golden patches on it. I'm just going to add my chopped onion. Let that sweat down. It's only taken about a minute or two, but my onions are starting to get nice and soft and my pancetta is getting really crispy now. So I'm just going to add my gnocchi straight into that pan and keep frying away. Just coat it all in the fat from the pancetta. I'm going to give this about another 2 or 3 minutes and get a few crispy sides on my gnocchi. Now at this point, my gnocchi's just warmed through on the outside and I don't want to burn my onions. So I'm going to add my garlic along with my tomatoes, stir those in. Once you've done that, just going to add a little sprinkling of flour. Now we add this just so that the milk we add for the sauce doesn't split, because the starch from the gnocchi should thicken up the sauce really nicely. So that's all soaked in. Just going to add a little milk. And what we're doing now is cooking the gnocchi. So I'm just going to keep this on a high heat, let it boil, let the gnocchi get nice and soft. Just enough milk, sort of halfway cover it up. Now my sauce is starting to disappear a bit and thicken up, so I'm just going to add a splash more milk. Stir that in. If you find that you've not got enough sauce, you can always just add more liquid, or if you've got too much, just keep it boiling and keep it reducing down. If you do want to help speed it up, you can pop some cling film or a tin foil or a lid on top, just to help the gnocchi sort of steam itself and cook a little quicker. Just going to turn it down a little, just so that I don't burn around the edges. So this is now 2 minutes with a lid on a low heat. It should just be starting to soften up slightly. Yeah, it's a little softer, but it wants to be nice and soft. Easiest way to tell is just eat a piece. And if it's fluffy and just crushes on beneath your tongue, you know that it's ready. If it's not doing that, then you just want to give it a little bit longer. So I've just tried mine and it's just there, it's just soft enough. So I'm going to throw my parmesan in. Could just use cheddar if that's all you had to hand. And stir that in and that should season it nicely. Give it a bit more flavour. As well, if you're trying to add a bit more veg in, you can throw a handful of spinach or rocket in to add a bit of green. Just going to wilt this down into the sauce so it's just softened. It doesn't need to be really soggy. And that is ready to serve.